during the course of that interview, he mentioned this scrap of paper of George Harrison's with a bit of a lyric on, which is a bit of a mystery to us, really, as to what it's about and when George wrote it. And I said in the interview, I'll get some Beatles tribute musician to put some music to it and see if we can do it on Saturday. Well, I've done better than that, because I brought one of the city's best singer-songwriters into the studio, Dean Johnson. And Dean, you got a call from me on Monday night, so what did you think when I rang you up?
I don't know, I just thought it was, I thought you were kidding or something, you know. I just, you know, I just couldn't believe it, really.
Mm-hmm. And what did you think of the snatch lyric when you got it?
I just thought it was absolutely engrossing, you know. It was fascinating. I think there's just 8 great lines among, you know, the most insightful he ever wrote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a compassion, but there's obviously an anger there.
Yeah, and it sounds like George. You can tell he wrote.
Yeah, because he always said it as it was. He didn't play with words in the way John did, and Paul to an extent. He like, you know, taxman thing and don't bother me. He just said things, didn't he? It came to his mind and he said it.
Yeah. So how did you come to approach it from then?
Well, when with the information you gave me, that you know, the Haunted House thing, that he thought it was about John. Really, you know, I've been in that, you know, I'm a sort of, I've got an older brother, you know, I was in bands when I was young with older musicians, and I just tried to cast myself in that role, and also what I know, you know, about John and reading about him and the Beatles story, and I just tried to get, in a way, just cast myself in that role. Mm-hmm. And usually, you know, I'm a bit of a, you know, with lyrics, I do play with them, but I just try to leave any of that behind and just try and say things as they are. And also, but just there was a bit of how would George have said this, but I didn't want to make it like a rules type thing. Mm-hmm. There was him, and also that those first 8 lines, they're so sincere and everything that, you know, it was easy not to go down that route.
And did a melody come pretty easily?
It just seemed to be there. It was the first chords I strummed seemed to fit, but you know, it's in a minor key, and you know, George often wrote in a minor keys, you know.
Okay, well, let's hear it. Dean Johnson and the George Harrison lyric.